Are you the kind of person that you're comfortable being alone with? I never used to be. I was always so shy and so introverted as a young man, and it's taken me a long time to learn to be confident and comfortable with my own friendship. I used to be so uncomfortable and so unsure of my own self and so much else of what was going on around me. And when I was alone, I was lonely. I had never really become comfortable with being alone for any kind of period of time. Thankfully, this has changed. I've had to work at it, I've had to make it a priority, and I've had to really practice what it's like to be confident and to be comfortable in my own company. Because I've learned that this is far, far better than being unhappy and stuck in a toxic relationship just because you feel like you need a companion. And Panta and I, my wife, and myself, we like to be alone. We like to be alone together, but we're also quite comfortable having our own space and just being in that quiet place together. And this is usually when we're in the garden. But these days I find that there are so many people that are just not quite sure of being alone, that they're not quite confident to be alone, or not confident at all to be alone, or it doesn't even occur to them that being alone is a really important part of our life, and to be on your own with no distraction, no phone, no gaming console, no TV or anything else that can be distracting and really take you away from the here and now. It's difficult to be alone for a lot of men these days. And I'd just like to share some of my experience to encourage you that being alone is such a wonderful thing once you get used to it. But like many things that you want to improve on or get better at or perfect, you have to practice. And one thing that I've learned is that you've got to really be positive in your own mind when you're alone. You don't want to be beating yourself up with negative thoughts or worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow, or be stressing over what happened yesterday, what somebody else might say about what you're doing. So long as you're confident, as long as you're positive in your own mind, you'll discover that being alone is a fabulous place to be. It's a fabulous experience to have. Because if you're alone and you're negative, you're never going to really enjoy it. But taking time out, making time to be by yourself and to have some things to be thinking about that are positive, that are encouraging, just that introspective time to spend by yourself and to enjoy your own company and enjoy your own thoughts, for me it leads to greater creativity and greater satisfaction. And it's also a time when, if there are difficult things that I'm going through, it's a time for reflection and contemplation and planning how to move forward and to overcome the struggles that I'm having. Whereas if I'm constantly distracted or constantly noise about me or different things happening, I don't generally reach positive conclusions or plan positive outcomes or be nearly as creative as I am as when I'm alone. And this is thinking that you've got to manage by yourself. No one else is going to do this for you. No one else is going to make this choice. You've got to do it alone. And that's the whole point of it, just to be confident, comfortable to be alone. And once you've discovered that you can have positive thoughts, you can choose to have positive thoughts as much as you like, this will then make the negative emotions and the difficult things that you're going through so much easier to manage. But it's making the time to let these positive thoughts dwell and swell and multiply and really mature in you, that'll help you to be comfortable and confident being alone. And sometimes this takes some forgiveness. It certainly takes some self-understanding, forgiveness of yourself, and being kind, being gentle with yourself and not beating yourself up, but just taking time to be out in nature. I find is the best place to be alone, because it's usually around here anyway. It's so peaceful and so beautiful. And I know that this is really difficult for a lot of people, but Even in the midst of busyness, I find now I'm actually much better at being alone, even in a crowd or on public transport or in a busy marketplace. It's quite easy once you're used to it to be comfortable and confident being alone and finding peace when you have time for it, when you make time for it, no matter what else is going on around you. And as I said, it does take practice. It's taken me a lot of practice. It's taken me a long time to realize how much I enjoy being alone. And I want to encourage you to try the same thing. If you're anxious, if you're stressed, if you're not confident being in your own skin or comfortable being in your own skin, it's really not that difficult just to make a little bit of time each day to have some positive affirmations, to have some prayer to pray, to have some meditation, anything that you think that will help you to have a better self-opinion and to be more confident in yourself when you're alone and to be comfortable with that. It takes time to practice it. It takes some skill to manage it, but really not even that much. It's not that complicated. But for a lot of people, it's very unusual. These days, as I said, we lead such busy lives. There's so much distraction happening in our lives that we have to make a conscious effort to stop and to be alone. This might be sitting quietly and meditating. It might be practicing yoga. It might be making some art, doing some carving. I love to carve wood, and I do this in the evening. It's very peaceful. It's very relaxing. And there's other myriads of creative things that you could do as a solo, just to be on your own, just to give yourself the space that you need to have some quiet and to become confident in who you are. And I'd like to share a little bit more about this experience, actually go into a deeper dive about my experience, my personal experience, my journey to become more confident in being alone. I'm going to post that on our Substack. If you're not familiar with Substack, I'll leave a link below. You can check it out. And it's just a space that I'm wanting to create to build up some community and have some interaction and share some of the deeper things that I might not want to put out here publicly on YouTube. But if that's not your thing, if you want to check out another video that I've made that is something that I find really helpful, I do my morning ritual, I do it most mornings, you can check out this video here. Thanks very much for watching.